Yeah.
Good luck. Thanks.
Thanks. And we're off.
All right, we are indeed off. And as you can see, my profile picture and Thunder's profile picture may have changed 5 times during that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the difference
It's
in our
okay.
profile pictures.
No
I'm
one
only joking.
noticed.
I'm only joking.
But,
Well, today is already been an interesting day for this tournament. We've seen a massive upset. I don't know if I would say massive, but we definitely seen an upset that I guess at least myself and the other organizers. I'm not an organizer, but I'm a commentator. But people who have been working on this did not expect. So we could possibly see something here. Seceon fresh off of a 2019. I think it's a new PB for this category for them, right?
I believe so. And yeah, you're definitely right. Quite an upset earlier on in the day. The 7 seed Chromie taking down the 2 seed Darker, and we were a little bit surprised, honestly, about Darker's performance early in this tournament, playing really strong and earning that 2 seed ahead of Baker. So it was a little bit of a shock to see him go down in the first round of the tournament. Someone who has played very, very consistently, maybe didn't have quite the experience that Torge or Baker have with this kind of run, but it really does show that anything can happen in this tournament in any given best of 3 matchup.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about, names in this category, people that come to mind, at least for Defeat Ganon and SRM, I think of like Laws, I think of You Thunder, I think of Torge, of course, Baker, I think of many, many people, Weather up there, shout outs to Weather, Lake. I think of a bunch of people that are insanely talented at this category, and then you have new people coming in all the time. And a few of the people that are in this tournament currently, I haven't heard of them until recently, and seeing them like come out and really just like shine out, like play out of their mind. I mean, really, hearing about Darker and watching them perform, I mean, it really just goes to show you that regardless of strategy, as long as you play consistently and play well to your strengths, you can take a seed and you can really pull out something that not a lot of people might expect. So I mean, especially in a tournament setting, it is really awesome to see something like that happen.
Yeah, consistency is definitely something that is earned with practice, and I think that's something that it's something sort of that Seceon is up against here, and it's something that sort of what I'm getting at is these runners like Baker and Torge it's a really difficult matchup because not only are they known for having very, very good PBs and different versions of Defeat Ganon, and obviously Torge having the world record and Baker actually having the world record for a period of time with Ganon Floor. They're so fast, but they're also consistent, and so that's what makes them so difficult. Is that you might think right away if you're facing them, oh well, if they're going so fast, maybe they'll make more mistakes. Maybe if they're doing riskier strats, they'll make more mistakes. That's not how it works when you play against them, because they're just so talented, and the consistency shows through their skill. And it's a tough matchup. I think Seceon's really up against something here. I think that Baker being the 3 seed in the tournament doesn't even necessarily reflect how good he is. I think that Baker was hoping for a 1 seed, even with Torge in this tournament. He's at that caliber, and I think that it's just been a very, very exciting tournament in terms of what we've seen, the strats that we've seen sent from various runners. It's been really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, I think what really shines about some of these players, especially when you consider like Baker and Torge, is just their mindset about like the game and speedrunning in general. They don't care if something is hard, because like the concept of something being hard doesn't really matter. It's like, does this save frames? And that's the kind of mindset that they have. I mean, talking with both of them about this game, you can really see like how they go about approaching strategy. And I mean, Mido skip like is pretty difficult. I've been trying to learn it myself here recently and having a bunch of troubles with it, and these guys just make it look easy. I mean, it's not even fair. Like these, like I mentioned over the past couple days about how some runners just make the tricks look easy, but after actually plugging in my Wii and trying it myself, these guys are incredible. Like it's It is actually difficult, and you know, I've put a lot of time into this game and practice into other categories, and this just goes to show you that, like, with a lot of time and effort and just overall general practice, like you can become really really good. And I mean, you know, we're seeing some great showcases of that over the course of this tournament, so that's always really fun. And you know, seeing some difference in strategy amongst players just in general, going for more consistent stuff. I mean, Darker has probably like shown some of the most consistency out of runners that are doing a bit like more dated strats when it comes to this route specifically, and it like really solid average of time. So I honestly was super surprised, and I'm having a blast commentating this and watching these people. I mean, so far Baker with this run that we're seeing already having a relatively solid run. I mean, not getting the backflip here, but overall, I mean, this is a pretty decent pace to be back into the Kokiri Forest. I don't know about you, but this is looking like a pretty solid start from both runners, in fact. But Baker definitely doing pretty solid for first match.
Yeah, Baker setting up for that Mito skip. This is where it gets interesting, right? Because Seceon has sword, Baker does not. So the rest of this run, in terms of swordless versus sword, probably caters towards sword. So we'll see if Baker's skill can sort of overcome the difficult tricks that swordless provides as he goes for Mito skip right here.
Looks like Baker just needs.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that might have been one extra frame. I can't tell. Yeah. Ooh, and Baker getting stuck. That's really unfortunate. I hope Baker saved.
Are you watching the stream in Discord, by the way, or are you watching the stream? Because I don't know if you saw that at the same time I saw that.
I believe I was watching the stream. Whoopsie. All right, we got a more live feed now.
There you go. But yeah, so like I said, right? I mean, Mito skip is exactly what I'm talking about, because Seceon can just talk to Mito and go straight through. Does not have to worry about Mito anymore. So Baker, you know, Baker having to deal with Mito and clip past Mito with a really difficult trick could give Seceon an advantage here.
I mean, we're already seeing that advantage right before our very eyes. Look at that pixel, by the way. That big old bright firefly. Yeah, I mean, Seceon already entering the Deku Tree, Baker having to do Mito skip. I think the only way that Baker can really clutch out the rest of this, if Seceon continues to play at the pace that they're playing, is if Baker manages to nail Deku Tree really solid and possibly nail Instaclip. I don't think they're that far behind. Like, I don't think Baker's too far behind to the point where it's completely lost. But I think right now it's definitely looking like really good, solid gameplay from Seceon. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, Seceon definitely in the lead here, and a pretty strong lead. But, you know, with Baker being Baker and with everything that can happen in the second part of this run, it's not even necessarily fair to say that Seceon has an advantage right now, because there's still so much to do. There's multiple B1 skips potentially. There is Goma clip as Seceon triggering the text there, falling off the vines with the Waltola, getting them there. And I'm going to guess, yeah, Seceon does not have ISG, and they're going to go for the B1 from the top. So Baker will have a little bit of time save compared to Seceon using the ISG B1 strat.
That is true. This is looking a little bit more close for Baker now.
Oh, well done by Seceon, though, with the B1. Really well done.
Absolutely. Getting the backup nuts.
This is actually a really good race.
Yeah, so far so good from both runners. I mean, Baker having a little bit of struggle with Mito skip and failing
Baker
the B1
missing B1. Not ideal as Seceon finishes up Scrubs.
Baker also missing the B1 jump. That is unfortunate. Okay, managing to get it now. Gonna have a little bit of an awkward setup for fast scrubs compared to what Baker's used to, but knowing Baker, I believe he'll be able to clutch this out just as normal.
Yeah,
Very, very nicely
Baker
done.
probably one of the best at dealing with 2-3-1 in any kind of situation.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that Baker is old when it comes to this category.
Definitely a lot of experience.
You love to see
let's
it, though.
see. Seceon is going to go for Goma Clip here. Kind of an interesting way to set up Goma's position. And that's going to be 1 frame too early. Just going to have to pause, buffer 1 more frame. That looks good. Oh.
Yeah, Goma looks a little far to the right here, but looks like this might work. No.
That's not good. So they do have Sword. They could back up with double KO. I'm not sure if they're going to take damage here, though, or if they're just going to kill Goma. I'm not sure what their plan is here. Double KO would probably be the best way to back this up, as Baker may take the lead here with a clean Goma clip.
Yeah, this definitely is a massive turnaround for Baker. Getting the Goma clip and doing it really well. I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, Baker is now back in the lead with a pretty significant amount of time.
Going for Goma clip once again. I don't know if Goma is going to be in a good position here. I guess we'll see. And it works.
At least this time, all Seceon has to do is one side hop, so...
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so a little bit of a hiccup there with Goma for Seceon. Other than that, a very, very clean showing from him. So Baker now to attempt wrong warp as he very wisely saves at the door. This is going to be a deep frame for Baker.
And we're looking good, so this will be Ganondorf for Baker.
Going through the middle.
That's you know, that goes back to my point earlier. It doesn't matter that it's risky. It doesn't matter at all to Baker. It just matters that it's fast. And that's what's so impressive about these runners. Why play safe when you can play well?
Alright, well, Seceon is right behind Baker here. Oh, not quite, as Seceon fails the wrong warp. It looked pretty good, but as we've talked about in this tournament, it's really hard to diagnose wrong warp in real time. So that's really unfortunate for Seceon, and probably going to mark the end of his race.
Unless Seceon saved, I don't know if it's possible. Oh, forgot to save.
That's too bad.
That is extremely unfortunate. I mean, Baker still has to finish out his run for it to count, but it doesn't really matter if Baker makes any mistakes now because there is a DNF to qualify against, so...
Honestly, Baker can continue his run if he wants, but Seceon is pretty much conceded here, I think. So I think Baker should probably finish out the run just for the sake of sportsmanship. But
Baker's gonna have to drink some bugs. Any bug drinkers in chat?
any bug drinkers. What if Baker crashes? Then I guess you should probably reset right now. I mean, in the playoffs, whoever finishes the run first wins. So, if Baker crashes, you can both reset and keep going. There is no time limit. There's really no way to DQ unless you cheat, unless you're breaking the rules.
And there we go. Baker getting Void Warp. You know, yesterday I saw Baker do some attempts offline, or they may have been streaming, but I saw Baker get lost in the void there. Luckily this time that didn't occur, but it would have been a miracle for Seceon if that was the case. Zelda being a little bit rude with pushing here, but
Yeah, a little bit rude.
gets the kiss. The run is actually super alive now.
What kind of time were we looking at here for Baker?
Like a 19, probably. Like a maybe even a 19 flat.
I think I think there is still something there for Baker to show. You know, I think you know he's done a good job getting the 3 seed in this tournament and taking this you know, about to take this first match. I just feel like there's a race in him that is going to be remarkable in this tournament, and I'm not sure if he's gotten that yet, but I just feel like, you know, we've seen the 360 insta clip from Torj. Baker is capable of, you know, stuff like that as well. So I wonder if potentially we'll see something like that if Baker makes it to the finals and potentially faces Torj and is pushed to his limit. I'm not sure. But first he needs to win this match and finish this round one.
You know, I'm normally not that good with guessing times, but so far I feel like I've actually hit the nail on the
Have
head
you?
with the guess. Yeah, I think I've
Yeah.
hit the nail on the head. If Baker gets like a round and 19 flat, then you know I'm the true winner here. Surely, I'll take Baker's victory for this one.
I'll give you $5 if it's 19 on the dot.
All right, we get a burrito. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Baker's gonna mess up Ganon. It's very clean. It's good movement. It's similar to how you see it's really how you see the best defeat Ganon players approach Ganon. It's a very little movement, staying very in the center of Ganon, um, not triggering any spinning, not being knocked outside of the legs of Ganon.
First try
Um,
ISG as well.
yeah, it's really clean. I don't think it's gonna be 19
I
on
think
the
it's
dot.
like
I
a
think it's
40.
gonna
I think
be,
it's like 45 or something, like 47.
yeah. I get to keep my money today.
Yeah. Now the question is, do I owe you $5? Yo, Baker, hey, do me a favor. AFK for like 10 seconds, bro.
Is Baker gonna wait? Baker better not wait. If Baker waits, he's DQ'd. He's DQ'd. No,
Well, there we go. I mean, hey, you know, congratulations to Baker taking the first race. We love to see that. I hate to see that because that's $5 in a burrito that I'm out. So
all right. I guess we can get the racers back in here and let Seceon know that the run has concluded.